Hello my friends and frenemies, I am Mikiko. Once again, I'm not alone, I'm here by myself, and today I have a brand new video for you guys. This is a new series that I'm doing. It is a story time type of thing. If you guys do like this, be sure to comment down below, as well as like the video and subscribe. We're trying to reach 1,000. We hit the goal of 600. So let's try to make this happen. So anyway, let's start off. This is the story of how I learned how to ride a skateboard. First off, it's pretty obvious I needed a skateboard. So I had to think, where am I gonna get a skateboard? What's the cheapest, most simple, best to practice on skateboard I can think of? Then I remembered, in 2006, my brother got himself a skateboard for maybe birthday or Christmas, I don't remember. Anyway, he got himself a skateboard. I'm like, yo, back in the day I saw that, I'm like, yo, that's so cool. So I'm thinking, yo, in the next week he's gonna be doing this. Yeah, so that definitely didn't happen, but it was a good expression, right? I was like, you know, he's probably gonna end up doing that. But either way, he, you know, if he did, he'll probably end up dead. But thankfully, he didn't try doing any of that mess, because Store's on steroids or something. But anyway, I had to get a skateboard, and it was looking kind of rough on the edges. Not gonna lie, I guess my childhood memory is, you know, how I pictured it would still look like, but nope, it didn't. So then I'm like, alright, my brother might not be doing all those crazy tricks, but maybe I'll be able to learn them, you know, because obviously I'm thinking, yo, I love Kingdom Hearts. If Sora can do what I can, and you know, I kind of had a mindset of maybe I'll learn a couple of tricks and stuff, and I was going to do this. But yeah, I didn't end up doing that. Instead, I ended up just learning how to ride. First off, let's start on the practice phases. The first time practicing, I was in my garage. Now, I know a lot of people are like, oh yeah, that's simple, yeah. So, the garage door wasn't opened, right? So, it's more of in the garage with heat, moist, and sweat, alright? So, I'm in my garage, you know, holding on to something. There's a treadmill in there, right? So I grab onto the treadmill, and then I kick off, and then keep doing that until I can ride and keep my balance. So, you know, I did this constantly over and over. And then once I leveled up, I'm like, alright, it's time to go outside, which actually feels way better out here, and I should have started out here to begin with. So once I make myself outside, I'm like, we're going down this hill, boys. It's time. We're gonna show up, and everyone's gonna be like, yo, look at Mikiko, he's able to do backflips on a skateboard just like Sora. And I'm gonna be like, yeah, I can. Yeah, what's good? What's real good? So anyway, right, I get on my skateboard, and as soon as I put my foot down and, you know, I guess kick, I guess that's what they call it when you know, start moving the skateboard forward. I do that, and I notice something, and that's, all my balance training has gone to waste. I cannot balance anymore. So then I'm like, well shoot, I should have just practiced out here. I was practicing in the garage with a flat ground. Of course it's gonna be different going downhill. So then I start practicing going downhill, and then this is around the time when it's super hot outside. Unironically, I'm showing winter right now, so ignore that. But anyway, yeah, so it was super hot outside. So I'm sweating, trying to learn how to ride this skateboard, and realizing that I can ride on flat ground. That's gonna be real helpful, because you know the earth is flat, right? Yeah, the earth is mad flat, guys, so it's gonna be real hard for me to ride the skateboard. Anyway, eventually I do get a better learning into actually riding the skateboard, and once I did, I was able to ride downhill. But keep in mind, I'm still using my brother's old skateboard. The skateboard had some issues, by the way. One issue was that the front wheels of the skateboard bent differently and weren't supposed to do that. So when trying to turn left or right, I would have to lean. I would be in a weird way of balancing. So my balancing was good on something very bad. So learning that, I was like, alright, you know, if I can ride this, then if I get a new skateboard, I'll be able to ride like a pro. Then I realized I haven't learned any tricks yet. So I'm like, oh shoot, I need to do that swirly thing Sora does in the air. So in order for me to do that, I'm gonna have to jump off my house roof and start spinning in circles. Of course I'm not an idiot, so I didn't try this. However, I knew that I'm gonna have to try to look up some tricks. So I go on my phone, I look up one of the tricks, and I'm like, alright, that looks simple enough. And then I realize my man is jumping off the board and like kicking it. And I'm like, that looks like it's gonna take a couple attempts. So, you know, do it the first time, fail, second time, fail. Then I start getting scared because I almost fell, and I'm like, is this really worth it? Anyway, then I was like, maybe I'll get a different board. And then I realized there's something called a penny board, which is basically just for regular riding. But I've seen some people do some tricks on there still, so I was like, hey, I'll get a penny board because at least then I'll have a new skateboard that isn't bad. So I get this really cheap penny board that's like 20 bucks or whatever. And it's basically made out of plastic. Like, if I wasn't a lightweight, I would destroy standing on this thing. I even feel like standing on it's gonna snap in half. It's such a light board, and it's just plastic. You can feel your feet sinking into it. It's pretty crazy. Lucky for me, my shoe size is 7.5, so I was ready to go when it came to standing on it. However, when I had my friends or even my brother ride the skateboard, different brother than the one that gave me the skateboard, by the way, and I'm actually talking about the penny board. Yeah, they got some big feet, so yeah, that penny board ain't for them. But then there was also the option of a long board, and I was like, I'll just go with the cheap option. So anyway, with the cheap option, I have the board, and I'm enjoying it. I'm actually riding it, and it's going way faster than the skateboard. I'm like, yo, this is going way better downhill. So I'm like, alright, you know, I think I should take this to the next level. If I can ride downhill like this and turn and shift, I'm good. So I go to my friend's house, who is actually Ralix, who you've probably seen in some of my past videos. And he has this neighborhood that has a really good downhill, right? And I'm like, yo man, you got your bike and I got my skateboard, which riding a bike will be for another video if you guys like this content. But anyway, he's got his bike and I got my skateboard. I'm like, yo, let's race. Clearly I haven't seen a bike before, because holy cow, you cannot race a bike and a skateboard. It does not work. So anyway, he's all the way past me, and I'm like, I'll show you the speed of a Sonic freaking Sora doing backflips in the air. Like, you better get ready, Ralix. So anyway, right, I'm going downhill, and I notice it's getting a little bumpy, and I'm like, hold on, what? There are rocks? Like, I didn't sign up for some rocks during this race. What happened? So he's like, oh yeah, there's some rocks down here. And I'm like, yeah, so like, this skateboard is durable, but like, it's not meant for no rocks. Like, the wheels are bigger, but like, if I hit a rock, I am flying, my guy. Like, shoot. The only brakes I have is my left foot. Or it's either that or I jump off and ski down the whole freaking mountain of the road or whatever, literally on the road. So yeah, I was like, alright, yeah, this sucked. So I basically just went super fast and then shoved my foot into the road to slow down, and then kept doing it over and over again. And eventually I got down the hill, and would you know, Ralix was completely gone. My man was probably already past me with like, there was no blue shell, you know, like this ain't Mario Kart. Like, I was not about to catch this man, even if I had nothing but blue shells. Like, I knew at this point, I was screwed. I wasn't gonna beat Ralix in this race. So, little do I know, I end up catching up to him by running here and there. I was not on the board the whole time because of all those rocks. So I end up catching up to him, and I'm like, yo, Ralix, what's up? He's like, dude, wait, like, I left you, my guy. It's like, yeah, you left me. Like, what you mean? Like, yeah, you didn't realize, like, what, 30 minutes ago? Like, I'm pretty sure what happened was, right, we were going to the pool, and I'm like, yeah, man, I'll catch you up on my skateboard. And then as soon as I get there, Alex is already there. He's like, yo man, about time. I'm like, yeah. So then when going back, I realized, wait, we went down hills. That means I need to go up hills. Bump that mess, I'm walking. So at the end of the day, right, and the same goes for bikes when going uphill, but at the end of the day, right, I learned that riding a skateboard is fun. It's definitely fun, but rocks are your enemies. If you think potholes are bad, getting hit by a rock, you're dead. Imagine, right? You're in a Minecraft server and you're riding a freaking skateboard, and then you hit a gosh dang rock, and it says you died by rock. You know what I mean? Like, that's legit what it's like. Like, that rock will kill you. So anyway, I try to be safe when riding a skateboard. If any of you actually want to ride a skateboard, I recommend to be safe as well. If you want to learn tricks, knock yourself out, but hey, you know, it wasn't for me. I wasn't trying to risk it all. You know, I was like, you know what, I'll leave it to Sora. I'm just riding to ride, yo. Like, the fact that I can ride it alone and some people can't, that's cool. The fact that I can whistle and some people can't, that's cool. You know, sometimes you just want to learn stuff that a couple of people you walk around and see don't know how to do. So yeah, that's how I learned how to ride a skateboard. I still can even to this day. I still ride it sometimes here and there. But yeah, if you want more videos like this, especially one of me learning how to ride a bike, that one's interesting. That one's a little bit more bloody than the skateboard, I ain't even gonna lie. But yeah, if that got you interested, comment down below if you want another story or anything like that. Anyway, it's been your boy, I'm Nexel Mikiko. See you on the flip side!